Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be doing a simple speed test comparison and performance review of the three brand new vehicles that have just been added into Grand Theft Auto Online, that being the Drift Tampa sports car, the Ocelot Links sports car, and the Western Cliffhanger motorcycle. So I'm going to call this Update 1 of Cunning Stunts. Rockstar introduced three new vehicles today. They also introduced some new stunt races, but today we're going to be looking at some of the performance aspects of these three new vehicles, if they're worth it, and how they stand up to some of the other previous best cars in the game. So as always, when we do speed tests like this, I make sure that all the cars are fully upgraded to their max. So I apply the maximum armor, braking, engine, transmission, turbo, suspension, a spoiler when applicable. I make sure that all of these cars and vehicles have the maximum amount of upgrades as possible. And we're also going to be doing this on the 1,000-meter drag strip race that we've been using for previous tests. So I've got a lot to talk about in this video. It should be a pretty good one. So let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. The first vehicle we're going to be looking at today is the Drift Tampa, which is in the sports class, and I'll talk about that a little bit because that is extremely interesting. So the Drift Tampa on my test came in with times of 23.459 and 23.559, so pretty close. However, immediately when I got that time, I knew that it was going to be slower than the top tier class of sports cars. So if we go back to some of our previous tests, the Masacro race car got a 22.559, so nearly a second faster, which is pretty crazy. The Jester race car coming in at 23.059, so about half a second faster, and then the 770, 23.192. So again, a couple hundreds of a second faster right there. So I knew it was going to be slower than the top tier class of sports car. And it looked like it was right in line with the Obey Omnis. The Obey Omnis got a time of 23.624, and we obviously know the Tampa, once again, got a time of 23.459. So those were the results for the Class A Drift Tampa right there. However, this race can be a little bit deceiving because in a straight line test, its results are not all that bad. However, according to GTA Racing YouTuber Bruffy1322, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description if you want to check him out as well. The Drift Tampa is the 24th best and fastest sports car in Grand Theft Auto Online. So that is kind of shocking. This new vehicle, with once again cost about $1 million, we'll touch on that a little bit later, is 24th in the sports car category. That is insane. That is so slow. That is so bad compared to some of the other vehicles that we've gotten into the game recently, and that is just ridiculous. So Bruffy says that this vehicle should not be in the sports car category, and I agree. I think it was weird that Rockstar even made this a sports car. I mean, the Tampa, which was added in the Christmas DLC, it's a muscle car, and it seems like it belongs perfectly in the muscle car category. And I'm even positive that the Class A Drift Tampa is based off of like a 1960, 1970 Ford Mustang, the Unicorn version, which is kind of cool. So I'm not sure why that it was based off of a sports car or made into a sports car in game. It clearly belongs into the muscle car category. It's very slow. It doesn't compete with any of the sports cars and is going to be extremely hard to use in races when, like I said, other people are using Elegies, they're using Feltzers, Masacro race cars, Jester race cars. So you're going to be at a real disadvantage in these sports car races if you do decide to use this vehicle, that being the Drift Tampa. And now let's move on to the Ocelot Links. This car was extremely hyped due to its price, due to the looks of the vehicle itself. Could it be one of those sports cars that could compete with the elite top 3 or 4? Turns out that that isn't the case either. So the two times I got today for this vehicle were 23.759 and 23.592. So again, times that are nearly on point with the Tampa, maybe even a touch slower in the straight line drag test that I'm doing right now. And once again, if we compare that to some of the other sports cars in the game, Masacro sub 23 seconds, Jester 770 low 23 seconds, it's slower than both of those. And once again, the Ocelot Links falls 20th into the sports car category. So that is insane. This vehicle, which once again we'll talk about a little bit later and in future videos, nearly $2 million when you get done customizing it, and it's only the 20th best sports car. That is ridiculous. So I'm not sure where Rockstar's logic was pricing it at that super high point, but it certainly does not keep up on pace with some of the other sports cars in the game. So you're going to be at an extreme disadvantage if you decide to use this vehicle. In my opinion, I think it looks great, but performance-wise does not stack up at all and is going to put you at a huge disadvantage if you do decide to use it in races against other vehicles. So now let's move on to the final vehicle, the Western Cliffhanger motorcycle. So for this test, I compared it to the Bati and the Akuma, like the two best overall bikes in the game. And the Cliffhanger was not bad. It hung in there relatively close with all the times. The times I got were 21.557, 21.624. And with the motorcycles, it's kind of tricky because you can wheelie and you can get faster times. I'm obviously not the best at that, so I was doing it as good as I could in this video. And the Bati time I got was 21.823 and 21.791. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might say, wait a minute, those times are slower than the Cliffhanger. Well, there's a lot of other things that go into determining the bikes, especially the sports bikes. So handling, braking, acceleration, traction, all of that is so important, the way you can wheelie. So this one was a little bit tricky testing, but again, according to Bruffy, it is 5th in the motorcycles category. So it's not quite at the top with the Bati and the Akuma, but it's still a pretty good bike. It's not the fastest, it's not the slowest, and it's going to be pretty good for casual racing. I was using it in some of my live stream races earlier today, and I was winning some of those races. I was competing, and I was winning. So you can still do well with the Western Cliffhanger, which I think is really good because for casual racing, you can still have a good time with it and also still manage to get some good results. So now let's kind of talk about my overall impressions of these vehicles just based off of performance. So Rockstar really blew everyone's expectations out of the water with the initial launch of the Cunning Stunts DLC. However, this first round of DLC, I guess I'm going to call this round 1, it kind of fell short of the target. So I'm hoping that the next ones are a little bit better. I mean, let's go through each one. The Drift Tampa is only the 24th best sports car. I have no idea why it's in that sports car category. It needs to be in the muscle cars where it would compete really well. Apparently, I've heard that if it was in the muscle car category, that it would be one of the best, if not like in the top elite group of muscle cars. So I'm not sure why Rockstar did that. That seems like a really big mistake on their end. The Links, not sure where Rockstar was going with this because performance-wise, it doesn't even come close to equaling the price. It seems as if Rockstar just wants to like get money out of people, and that's exactly what they're doing because the Links is just horrible for what you get. I mean, $1.735 million, I can't even begin to describe that. And then last but not least, Cliffhanger. I really like the Cliffhanger. It's like the Evel Knievel bike. It's fast, it's pretty cool, and I actually really enjoy it. So out of all the ones that were released today, based on performance, I think the Cliffhanger is my favorite because I can actually use it in races and still have a pretty good time and still use it enjoyably. But anyways, that's all the information I have for you guys today regarding the performance metrics and simple speed test results of the 3 brand new vehicles that were added into Grand Theft Auto Online with the first round of the Cunning Stunts DLC update. Let me know what you think about these results in the comments section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.